angry, Aussie. 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 Angry, Aussie. 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 Angry.
Oh, hello there. Nobody? Dontron. Hello. Somebody. Okay. StreamYard gives me a counter of how many people are watching. I got to do. I almost finished. I was doing my pattern matching game while I counted down the minutes. And Madame Butterfly's here as well. And I just successfully finished another level. So I'll put that away. I was just using that to pass the time. I'm on a bit of a high there. I don't know if you've ever played any of those games like Candy Crush or the other pattern matching games, but at a certain level you get lots of bonuses, power-ups and whatnot. I've basically got all the power-ups at the moment, so I'm really paranoid. The game will give me a couple of shitty rounds and I'll use them all up and have no more power-ups, which would be annoying. Dontron, thank you for your kind words. Things are pretty well. Oh, I've undone my top button for some reason. Far too casual. Oh, God, coming down from a mushroom trip. I haven't done that for a little while. I was thinking about it just today. I was literally thinking, man, if I got some shrooms, I could try and infuse some booze with it. I wonder what that would be like. Deep waters? Yeah. Oh. Opening the mind like that can have some extremely interesting things. 5 gram doses. Dang. I'm not saying I know an occasional mushroom grower, but I think there's just something. It's going to criticize them for not growing mushroom. The mushroom grower that I don't know hasn't grown any mushrooms lately, and I was going to criticize them for being slack. But I won't. Oh, yeah, nice. Well, make it a ritual, definitely. I, on the other hand, I'm going to try. This is another non-alcoholic concoction. I'm making more non-alcoholic concoctions this week. Slightly changing how I do things. And I think if I experiment with a few non-alcoholic concoctions, I might get them down. Liken it to doing hard system reset. Yeah, actually, I like that as a metaphor or a simile if you're saying like. Give the brain banana a good washing. Assuming you don't have a bad trip, it genuinely makes you think about things differently, which I think is amazing. But, here's the thing. All right, I'm going to put a cherry on a skewer and stir this drink. I just want to make sure it's cold. Stab. Oh, got one first go. As signs and portents go, getting a cherry on the first attempt is a good one. This is a particularly colourful shirt, isn't it? I only have a couple of really tropical ones, and this is one of them. And if anyone's here for party night tomorrow night, the next shirt on the rack, because I just put them on coat hangers and rotate them. The next one up is even more tropical. Makes this one look subtle, honestly. Yes, Miami Vice vibes. Ah, all right. That's yes, okay. Facing some difficult things in that circumstance can actually be quite rewarding. Okay, just as a by the by, this um, is mostly tea, in fact. Devil's lettuce for party night. Think bad trips are the way your subconscious forcing you to deal with something. Quite often that can be the way. Celtic King, how are you? Hey, you know what I finally got around to doing today? Remember me promising to send you the multi-sheet printout that turns into a big Dalek poster? I sent it to you today. So it'll probably arrive next week sometime. I hope you have fun putting it here. It's pretty good theory. The old hallucinogens certainly unlock repressed parts of the mind. This is far more innocent. So I made a really strong tea with this tea from the supermarket that they say tastes like biscuits, and it kind of as in, well, Americans would say cookies, but we have biscuits with tea, and that's what it does actually taste like. So I made really strong tea, and then some sweetness, different syrups I have. What was it? Blood orange and yuzu syrup, and the passion fruit syrup I made, and a ginger syrup, and then orange juice and lemon juice. And I mixed some milk with some Greek yogurt, and then added this to the milk yogurt mix, which makes it curdle. And then I can put it through filter paper, and it clarifies it. So pre-clarification, this was opaque sludge. Now look how clear it is. Don't know about anyone else. When I think about you, I touch myself. You're in a divinals mood. Good. I thought you said you'd like it. So I thought I got to get around to doing that. So in other news, with a heavy heart informing your international friends, currently illegal to be transgender. Yeah, which is fucking stupid. But anyway, laid down a blanket ban on gender affirming care. It's just like a practical side effect of these various draconian laws, and they go everything from limiting the public life of queer people to introducing really racist laws to controlling women's health care in the name of preventing abortion. They're just going to lose a lot of people in the States, and honestly, tends to be a lot of the smarter people. You're naming your child Alfred in celebration of God channeling in me, okay? I did not. I find Trump extremely boring. And when I think of Trump is, wow, a whole bunch of stupid and cruel bullshit is just going to keep happening. Oh yeah, I think it's bad for your mental and emotional health to watch him, and you gain nothing. I mean, yeah, sure, I could dunk on Trump. It's fucking easy. It achieves nothing though. So this non-alcoholic beverage has much more tea than the last one I made. So it tastes more like tea. I think that's a pretty good thing. That basically tastes like a citrusy, sweet and sour fruit tea now. It's pretty good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you definitely have a physical reaction to him. Oh, you got a house ready to go to. Well, that's cool. Yeah, anyone can buy property there. Do that without a green card. Yeah, do that in Australia too, without being a resident. Lots of foreign investors. Well, you're not really an investor, you're going to live there. Yeah, man, that's quite a taste treat, that one. Literally every negative stereotype. He actually kind of is, isn't he? He's all the really stereotype, ugly American cliches. Yes, of course you do. Nothing to do with wanting a green card and to be with your fiance. You just genuinely love Trump, tariffs, freedoms, and eagles. Canada's a shit ton of New York. Hey, Home for the Elderly, how are you doing? Also, I don't think I asked you directly. See, I still haven't opened the big parcel. Can I open it tonight or do I have to wait for party night? This is incredible self-control on my part, by the way. Between you and me, I might not have started stock, but yes, good. Yes. And freaking morning after pills too. Yeah. Yep. You got to perform acts of solidarity. Oh, actually, Safa, it's quite complicated, the whole getting married thing. Can actually get you deported. It's the thing. You can be the dealer, Dontron. Title of Razor's sex tape. All right, yeah, your mum got married here in Australia, so now you're an Aussie. So it works. Okay. I'm quite enjoying that beverage. I might have some a bit later mixed with my mineral water. Yes, you do have to do the whole legal marriage because yes, there's the whole thing about foreigners doing a sham marriage to get a green card. Some of the authorities in the US can get very touchy. I believe US marriages are recognized in Australia, yes. I don't know if there's any countries where Australia doesn't recognize marriage status. Oh, is that the thing where rich people can buy their way into resident status? Because you do that in Australia too. It's actually really common. But Trump's looks more scammy than average. But it's actually really common in countries to say, like, oh, you want to come to the country? Have you got a lot of money? Because if you put a lot of money like into our local banking system, then that's the thing. But yeah, it's just everything Trump does sounds scammy. There are types of marriages. People don't do it, like need legal paperwork. Sorry, what are you talking about, Safa, that Labor got rid of and Dutton wants to reintroduce? Oh, is that the paid visa? Sorry, the conversation topic jumps around so much, I can have trouble following it. Well, yes, I have to admit I haven't been keeping a pace of immigration laws in Australia. I just remember it coming up when one of my contracts was actually with a government department and was doing some work on the website trying to encourage immigrants to come to Victoria. Yeah, well, Trump makes everything seem like a bribe. Have you seen the things that business people paying, I think, $5 million to have a one-on-one dinner with Trump at Mar-a-Lago, or $1 million for a group dinner? Speaking of bribes, Madam Butterfly, hate being in the US, push up for adoption. Yeah, you never know. Might happen. Hello, Justin. How are you this evening? If Dutton puts tariffs in Queensland, you'll vote Liberal proudly. Well, he's a Queenslander, isn't he? Yeah. Hate the federal government with a passion. Yeah. You think Native Americans have stronger feelings for good reason. Yeah. I know. It would just be like, but it's a bribe. It is that those people paying that money is literally a bribe to get preferential treatment for some freaking business scam they want to do. It's all bullshit, basically. Oh, that was tasty. I think I might be a bit cheeky. I was considering going non-alcoholic all night, but it's Thursday, which is basically Friday. So basically the weekend. So I'm going to keep it easy. Oh, actually, yesterday was Absinthe Day. So I missed streaming on Absinthe Day. Should I make one of my favorite absinthe drinks? Let me quickly look up some recipes. Okay, looking up a couple of recipes. Decide which one to make. No, not that one. The one, La Louisiane. I'm going to make a La Louisiane cocktail just in my glass. All right. So to punish closest friend, mark of strength. I mean, Trump's just a fuckwit. Well, I mean, that's la-di-da grand stuff, Justin, but Trump's just a fuckwit. So you went home for the early added discussion. Ooh, 90s movies. Backdraft was pretty big in the 90s. I think Unforgiven is 90s, isn't it? That's probably my favorite 90s movie off the top of my head, but I'd love to see your list. All right. Ooh, I have to go get my sweet. Actually, I think Mrs. Angry's wines are in here. I might make it with that. Yeah, that would be interesting to see how that turns out, actually. I don't know. The tablet crashed. Maybe it was the shrooms. You started with Toy Story. Yes. So Home for the Elderly, I didn't see if you answered me. Am I supposed to wait for party night to open the big parcel? Or can I do it tonight? All right, I'm just going to make a version of a La Louisiane in my glass. So, we want Benedictine into the forbidden cupboard of mystery. Benedictine. Nice. And beetroot wine. Because I can't be bothered going out to the fridge. So I'm going to improvise. And rye whiskey. So, And the question is, which rye whiskey do we use? Little single malts. There's smoked rye there. I don't really want to do that. Wait. What's in here? What is in here? Wait, what is in here? That one. Oh, why did I put that in a hard to get spot, honestly? Right, rye whiskey. 100 proof, 100 proof. Rex the run, Rex the run. That's what I need my absinthe and my Peychaud's bitters. Where's my barrel aged Peychaud's bitters? There it is. Barrel aged. Just knocking stuff off shelves. Haven't even been drinking alcohol. Okay. So I'm going to do rye whiskey, 30 mils. Oops, that's a bit more than 30. Somehow I'll cope. 30 mils of our strong wine. Oh yes. 15 mils of Benedictine. Come here, bottle top. I'll do a couple of dashes of absinthe. Absinthe. No, that was a lot. There's an absinthe heavy drink. 2 dashes of Peychaud's. All right. Now I'll come back and see what y'all been talking about. I have my in honor of Absinthe Day drink. All right, so what are we talking about? 90s movies. Morning in Vegas. Gonna combine the thing. I'm on mute. Okay. If Heat's in the 90s, absolutely. Pulp Fiction, yes. Oh yeah, The Rock's pretty good. I kind of lean towards that as well, Dontron. Jackie Brown's underappreciated. Con Air, Terminator 2, Legendary. Clerics, well, that is a very interesting debut. I mean, Starship Troopers, I do love it. Office Space was pretty influential. Oh my God, Hackers. I could forget Hackers, quite honestly. I don't know if you're being sarcastic. Point Break, what an epic film. There was such epic action movies in the 90s. All right, got to stir this drink. And put some orange peel in it. Oh, that's too much pith. Let me do this. All right, that's a bit better. Some orange oils in there. Drop that in, and maybe another piece of orange peel, honestly. Oh. Alrighty. Under Siege was pretty funny. Probably the best Steven Seagal movie, which is damning with faint praise. Oh, Sleepers. I get what you're saying. That's fucking dark. Again, in terms of being influential, Blair Witch Project was a very unique product of its time. Couldn't really have existed 10 years later. Although Lordy knows people have tried to do it with found footage movies. Yeah, a couple of orange peel. I haven't been doing orange peel all week. Mrs. Angry's been deprived. I mean, everyone tried to recapture the vibe of the Blair Witch Project. Where's your brother buying a house, Justin? Two sorts of men, Celtic. Men who watch porn and men who lie about saying they don't watch porn. No, just keep it simple. Two kinds of men. Those who watch porn and liars. As far as Jackie Brown casting Sam Jackson, I know, again, absolutely wild casting. Yeah. Oh, I didn't get motion sick. Oh, and I didn't also in fucking Cloverfield, but someone had thrown up in the previous session. In fact, the throw up was at the exit door of the cinema. So the sick person clearly went, I'm going to throw up, and ran out. And they only got as far as the exit door and threw up. It was getting cleaned up when I arrived. Jesus. Okay. He's got some dineros there. He's buying a house in South Yarra. Oh, yeah. Friday. Another pretty influential. Menace to Society. The lesser seen boys in the hood. The original Bad Boys. That was probably 90s. Tried to do a study about men who do and don't watch porn. They couldn't find any men that didn't. Nice quote. Smokey, when you play with my money, you play with my emotions. Anyway, I'm going to try this improvised drink. Damn fine. Damn fine stuff. Oh, yeah. I don't think... Well, Celtic King didn't ask me about frequency. Not an everyday thing. It's a sometimes thing. Is Dazed and Confused 90s? I thought it was older than that, but I could easily be confused and dazed, potentially. Damn, 7 months. Rush Hour sounds 90s, yeah. Let's have a quick look. I want to look up Dazed and Confused. 1993. There you go. How old's McConaughey? Am I saying? Wait. He's 55. And so 30 years ago when he made Dazed and Confused, he was 35. He's probably closer to 30 when he made Dazed and Confused. He was meant to be playing someone who was about 20, wasn't he? I don't remember. Oh, yes, talking about the 90s list. You can see the screen on my shirt? What? Oh, Jesus, what are you insuring for that? Started getting into political chat, both getting mad. Suddenly, you shoot another random 90s film title. Yes, Office Space did get nominated. Damn. Gonna go to Office Works, drop off some DVDs. Oh, yeah, you know, porn is porn, basically. Car and home contents. Oh, okay. I don't have home contents insured. I don't think so, because he's born in 69. Oh, wait, no, actually, my maths was super bad. It was 30 years ago, was God, see, because I'm thinking the 90s was 20 years ago. It's 30 years ago. Thank you for correcting me, Madam Butterfly. If I haven't been able to bring myself to spend time watching Bad Boys. What year was the South? Oh, there you go. The South Park movie was 99. Beavis and Butthead Do America. That's where we get the Hank Hill cameo, don't we? A weird character who's in it for 5 seconds and ends up getting his own show, which completely eclipses Beavis and Butthead. So you like the more recent one, and you say Bad Boys 3 sucked. Yeah, the 90s wasn't 30 years ago, just a few years ago. Yeah. But I literally I'm not even mucking around, I got confused by a decade. Man, that's actually really tasty. And wasn't that the creepiest line ever? It's just like, yeah, I really enjoy sexually harassing underage girls. Like, damn it. Oh, okay. And Home for the Elderly. Okay, don't think you heard me ask before, but am I specifically meant to wait for party night to open the big parcel, or can I open it tonight? Yeah, we'll pretend that wasn't a quote. That was just Nintendo Lunchbox's life philosophy. 90s had some pretty iconic kids movies. Little Giants, Airbud, Toy Story. I think The Iron Giant is from the 90s, isn't it? I fucking love that movie. 90s was your childhood. That's all good. Get her done? Get her done. Okay. Let's fucking go. Yes, Justin, people who say that would be arrested development millennials who don't want to admit they're getting old. Culture now is radically different to 25 years ago. You transplant someone from 25 years ago to now, and they will freak out. No, I'm not going to throw them. Okay, I'm going to open it. It's open the big box time. Regarding new Bad Boys. Only thing you remember was a shootout aboard a submarine. Nice. All right. So, ridiculously large and heavily wrapped parcel. It'll just be a challenge for me to work out how to open it, quite honestly. I'm actually trying to work out how to open it. So I assume there's a seam here. because of all this tape. No, wait, is it here? Jesus Christ, you take this up so much. I've got to work out a plan of attack. There we go. Okay. Something happened there. Okay. So, yeah, can I... Yeah. There we go. There we go. Action fucking stations. Okay. Let's fucking go. Okay. All right. Box open. Let's see what's happening. No, we got to go. All right. Packaging. Cans. Oh my God. Canned Kraken Black Mojitos. I'll have to try them. Is this a t-shirt or is that just used for packaging? What's in here? Oh, the cola beer. Okay, I definitely have to try that and potentially come up with a cocktail for it. Ooh, it's merch used to keep something safe. Home for the... Oh, I love it's in my fucking size too. Fat bastard sized shirt. Nice. Okay. Ooh, some samples. What did you send me samples of? I sent you some... Tiger Snake, WA whiskey. And Whiskey Gone Awry #2. Excellent. I've been tasting both of those. Yeah, you said there were some discs in here. Oh, shit. Okay. Movie I love, Collateral. Tom Cruise's best. Another underrated Tom Cruise film, Oblivion. Was it? Yeah. That's really underrated. Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen this one. Felon. Looks good though. And Baby Driver. I friggin' love that movie. I genuinely really like this one. And I don't have any of those. So they're in the collection. Neat. So is this just packaging now? Oh, wait. What's under the packaging? Ugh. I feel like you were saying there were some empty ones in here. Ooh, another one another prison one I haven't seen. The Yards. Mark Wahlberg, Joaquin Phoenix, Charlize Theron, James Caan. Hell of a cast. What's this one? Woman in Gold, based on the... this is about getting back a Klimt painting that the Nazis stole. Oh my God. It's an empty box, but it's an empty box from an absolutely classic 70s movie, which I don't think I've seen. Oh my God. Complete first season of Vikings, which I have watched, but I fucking love that show. Oh, this is so freaky. How young Natalie Portman looks in this. Anywhere but here. I know of this movie. I haven't watched it though, so I'm quite looking forward to this. My God, what year was this? I need to look up. God, just how young is Natalie Portman in that? Just using the DVDs for packaging. But thing. All right. You guys enjoy. You're going to go ahead and turn in. Thank you for dropping by. Oh, yeah. American History X. Great 90s film. Oh, yeah. No, I am digging them. Yeah, that's what I thought you told me. The DVDs were just for packing. Only one of them's empty, though. The others all have the movies in them. Vikings is one of the shows you watched in Fool's Upset when it ended. Yeah, well, there's like a sequel series about a different group of Vikings. The Aussie Sex Bomb. Yes. Friggin' Travis Fimmel. who I'm sure I've brought this up on stream, but I genuinely think he's embarrassed at how pretty he is because he always makes himself look rough and scruffy and stuff. And he started off as a model, and he was just a babe. Right. Is it? All right. That's a pretty cool package. Thank you, Home for the Elderly. Ooh, lots of stuff to watch. Anywhere but here. I need to look up how young Natalie Portman is in here. Oh, well, in that case, I'm going to fucking try it. What's it called again? I keep forgetting what it's called. Anywhere but here. I'm just going to look up. I need to know the details. I've got to work out how young Natalie Portman is in it. Anywhere but here. Okay, 1999 film. That's a bit more recent than I thought it was going to be. So that's 99. So I need to work out how old is Natalie Portman. 81. So she's 18. Okay. Yeah, hell, she looks like a fucking kid on that DVD box. But she's 18 in that movie. Oh yeah, Jurassic Park's another 80s one. Oh yeah, I guess she was doing Star Wars then too, wasn't she? Oh God. I refuse to have any device like that in my house. Switched off Siri on my iPhone. Oh my God, she's definitely really. I love that movie, Leon the Professional. I fucking love that movie. Oh, well, I suppose it's looking like I'm drinking my. Okay, I'm just gonna sample. Actually, I'm gonna sample both the whiskeys you sent me. Did I mention I did send you samples today? And I've been saying for a couple of weeks I would do it, but I finally did it today. So you'll get it, I don't know, next week sometime. Depending on our pals at Australia Post. So I'm going to have a little sample one. Yep, Gary Oldman, very good in The Professional. Oh yeah, the Brandon Lee Crow movie. Now let's. Tiger Snake. Local grocery. Yeah. We both invested in some of these to send samples to each other. Oh, you've already said Crow? Okay. Throwing so many movie titles out there. Spy Kids was 90s, wasn't it? Because we were talking about kids' movies a bit earlier. Don't drink the black mojitos warm. Yeah, I wouldn't, but thank you for the tip. Son's name will be Alfred. Nice. You don't think Spy Kids was 90s? Was it 2000s? All right. I'm going to try and do the whiskey wanker thing. We'll let this warm up a little bit to release some aromas. And what do I think? What does it remind me of? Like brown sugar. Very sort of dark, like leather sort of flavors. I know I am on the internet. Spending your commute listening to Wizard of Oz audiobooks. Yeah, I guess there would be. All right. Tasting tiger snake. Nice and warm. There you go. Spy Kids was 2001. Thank you, Madam Butterfly. Oh, God. If I can hear possums running through the ceiling. It's very, very chocolatey sort of whiskey, that one. That's what it makes me think of anyway. I'm going to do a little bit of water, cleanse my palate, and then try the other sample. Archie Roses, Whiskey Gone Awry, number 2. Disney's Lion King was 90s? Okay. Nice. True Romance, the non-Quentin Tarantino film. The Castle, nice. Oh, yeah, Ray said Friday a little bit earlier. You know what? I've never seen Tommy Boy. As ubiquitous as it was in video stores, I was never a Chris Farley fan, basically. Oh man, this is so much more like honey. This is so different to the tiger snake. Are you going Australian classics? Chopper. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Bad Boy Bubby. What a fucking film Bad Boy Bubby is. I saw that in the fucking cinema when it was a new film. God damn. Hell of an experience. Whoop. I breathed in as I was swallowing that. That was a rookie mistake. Oh, it's like cinnamon. And that's the rye. The rye has a slightly spicy edge like cinnamon. Oh. I saw Dumb and Dumber on acid. The scene where Jim Carrey's character has dosed Jeff Bridges' character with laxative, and he has that uncontrollable shitting thing. I legit fell out of my seat laughing. I'm in the cinema, and I doubled over, and I fell out of my seat and was lying on the floor laughing. All right. So saying Goodfellas and Casino both count as 90s. Cool Runnings, which I've still never seen. Proof, the Australian film Proof. Friggin' awesome film. Wedding Singer, I did enjoy. It's kind of like every second Adam Sandler film was good. Two Hands, an absolute legendary film. Definitely, probably my top 5 Australian films. Right up there. If we're counting Fury Road as an Australian film, that's in there. Animal Kingdom is in there. Two Hands would be in my top 5. I'd have to think harder to come up with another couple for top 5. Okay, you know what? With Adam Sandler, I got into him because I was a Marlon Wayans fan, and Marlon Wayans did a film called Bulletproof, where Adam Sandler was a supporting character. He was the main supporting role. He wasn't a bit player. And I thought Adam Sandler was fucking hilarious in Bulletproof. Yeah. And so then I started watching Adam Sandler. And it's this weird thing, like every second movie Adam Sandler would put on a stupid voice, and it was almost never justified. It kind of was in The Waterboy, but like, Little Nicky, what the fuck was he doing? But yeah, I used to watch it's like every other film he would just do a stupid voice, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing, man? I think we mentioned Rush Hour. Ooh, Contact. I didn't hate Contact. I'd actually read the Carl Sagan book before I saw the movie because I'm a fucking nerd. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of freaking great 90s films. Hey, Rain. Yeah, dude, the current world, you can either rant or not, depending how you're feeling. How do you tell it's a 70s porno? The guys do go sideburns. Tell you what, I also really liked Marlon Wayans in The Last Boy Scout. Bruce Willis was so good as a washed-up, self-loathing fuck up getting his last chance. He was very good. The Big Steal, with one of my unrequited 80s, 90s crushes, Claudia Carvan. The other one being Susie Higgy from The Falling Joys. Ladies, if you're out there, I know I'm being creepy as fuck. Ignore me. Yeah, Adam Sandler in the 90s, that was his peak. Con Air, hell yes. Oh, I don't think I ever watched all of The Ghost in the Darkness. That's like the Hunter in Africa film, yeah? Mendo. Mendo's a man crush. That's why I'm so excited for the next season of Andor, because Mendo's in it. Got to go full Mendo, playing Krennic. He was so fucking good in Rogue One. Fucking awesome. I can't wait to see him in Andor. And man, I saw that trailer for Andor, and sure, you can cheat because it's a whole season, but man, there looks like a fuck ton of action in the next season of Andor. Got smacked and cured of his ailment. Yeah, I don't think it was justified, the stupid voice and the face thing he did. Oh, it was Romper Stomper 90s. Damn, that's possibly in my top 5 Australian, actually. Possibly round out my top 5 with Alvin Purple Rides Again. He said, because he's a witty, funny. Ooh, you know what? Ray's, sorry, Home for the. I actually will try this tonight. I've got ice there. Got to come up with a cocktail for this, but I might actually, after making a cocktail with it, I might actually turn it into a syrup as well. We'll see. Strange Days. Oh man, that was a good one. Four Weddings and a Funeral. I did really enjoy that movie. Kind of peak Hugh. What's his name? I was gonna say Hugh Laurie. That's the wrong Hugh. Oh no, I've got ice here. I'll just pour it over ice. Big glass of ice. I will pour the Kirk's Cola beer in here. Cola beer. She's going to pour a bit in. Make sure I like it. All right, let that get cold. Oh, yeah, the vast majority of soft drinks are better cold. And it is very weird how temperature affects your perception of taste, but it's absolutely true. Things taste different, warm, hot, and cold. Talk about 90s films on a rewatch not that long ago, Spotswood, that has very young Ben Mendelsohn, Russell Crowe, Anthony Hopkins is in it. and it's got a very young. What's her name from Muriel's Wedding? Tony Collette, very young Tony Collette. Oh shit! I love we're doing this. Yes, I meant Hugh Grant. Thank you. Get Shorty, fucking awesome film. Long Kiss Goodnight, yes, another really good film. Oh yeah, Groundhog Day. I like Groundhog Day. There you go, another good kids film from the 90s, Stuart Little. Oh, I always say, well, there might have been up to 3 roles they were considering me for, and every guy who got those roles went on to have, they're all still working, 3-4 decade careers. So I don't feel that bad about getting beaten by them. It's the Mask a 90s film. Look, okay, it was a big film. Not a huge fan of it myself, but yeah, Long Kiss Goodnight. That's a great film. Yes, George Miller showing off his range between Mad Max movies, making Babe, and the sequel, Babe, Pig in the City. All right, should be cold now. I'm going to try the Colbert. Man, that's really similar to root beer. That's pretty good. It was Dogma 90s. Okay. I think I've discussed before why I was annoyed at the sort of central plot point of Dogma. If you know Catholic doctrine, had a massive flaw in the central thing, but I did enjoy the movie Dogma. Sister Act, classy 90s film. Indecent Proposal. That's another. I don't think I actually watched that. I know the film. Oh, what's happening? Oh no, what the fuck? Ghost. There we go. Never Been Kissed. That's like a teen rom-com, if I remember. I think Roadhouse might be 80s. When you first tasted the Collie beer, it reminded you of melted cola Zupa Dupas. Yes. Yeah, because it doesn't taste like Coke or Pepsi. Man, it's pretty good. I feel like it's maybe even got a little bit. It's either licorice or cherry lollies as well. Oh, damn. Fugitive. That's a classic. 1993. I know that's another one I know, and I don't think I've watched it. A Gina Davis movie, Cutthroat Island. Muppets. Oh, God. Muppets Treasure Island. That was 90s. Okay. Death in Brunswick. That is a very funny film. I would like to rewatch that to see how well it holds up. Yeah, I think we were talking about Under Siege a bit earlier. I would call without hesitation Seagal's best film. Speed. Oh yeah, The Matrix. Oh, okay, the film that got overshadowed by The Matrix and deserved much more attention. It was made in Australia, but with an international cast. Oh God, and I'm fucking forgetting it. God damn it. Dark City. I see. Speaking about films I would like to rewatch, I'd like to rewatch Dark City because I remember that being trippy as fuck. So we worked out Roadhouse is out because it was 89. Gremlins 2. God, there was some funny shit in Gremlins 2. Like the references to the first Gremlin and the people picking holes in the don't feed them after midnight thing. And the Gremlins actually taking over the movie at one point. Oh, yeah, no, this was reliving 90s movies, Rain. What were the best 90s movies? Oh shit, Flatliners. And didn't they try to do a remake of that at some point? I'm not really a fan of the Keaton or even just that whole genre of Batman. But I'll make my controversial take of those. So who did we have? Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney. I legit think George Clooney made the best Batman. Not the best Batman movie. It was a kind of shit movie, but just in terms of physique and presence and whatnot, I don't think it was even close. I think Clooney was the best of those Batmans. Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat. I just love the theme with the Mortal Kombat. Do 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 do. Oh, Encino Men. I didn't really like Mystery Men. Home Alone. Oh, that's a hell of a one. Yeah, Gump was 90s. You just watched Mystery Men last week. There was one of those things where two movies came out at the same time and it was like sort of also ran superheroes. I didn't hate Mystery Men, but not really into it. Blade, yes, Wesley and Blade, nice. Yeah, maybe I should. God, I think I might even have it on disc. I'm not sure. Pretty Woman was 1990. I'm not sure if we already said that or not, but yeah, that counts. I just love that Wesley Snipes also showed up in What We Do in the Shadows, because everyone who played in the world of What We Do in the Shadows, everyone who played a vampire in a movie is actually a vampire. Jungle Fever, good one. Early Spike Lee. So which Spike Lees were 90s? Is Do the Right Thing is 80s, isn't it? Too early? Wasn't a huge fan of Outbreak. Didn't hate it. In terms of pandemic films, Contagion is way better. Dick Tracy was fun because they were doing it. Just Use the Colors from the Sunday papers. There was a lot of good stuff in Dick Tracy. I fucking loved Al Pacino in Dick Tracy. I thought he was hilarious. Judgment Night. Oh, God, that was an intense film. Get on the Bus was Spike Lee 90s. I do tend to like Spike Lee films. Wow, Schindler's List was 93. Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, yeah, no, Malcolm X. I thought Malcolm X was done really well. He Got Game. You mean Untouchables? Clockers, Girl 6, both good. Yeah, that's why I think Do the Right Thing was 80s. Maybe still my favorite Spike Lee film. All right, so I'm going to say it. Cola beer is a winner. I think I'll look up if I can find a recipe that someone says to use sarsaparilla or root beer. I think I'll make it with Cola beer. Yeah, the one with where he's Al Capone. So yeah, Kevin Costner is Elliot Ness. Sean Connery's his sidekick, a grumpy New York Irish cop. Untouchables, good film. And again, De Niro's playing two strengths. The Mighty Ducks. Yeah, we were talking about the kids' films. It's another one I haven't seen, but really big kids' film. Karen, Mystery Man, to be honest, Ben Stiller kind of kills the whole movie for you. Seeing too much Zoolander there. Yeah. I guess I didn't like that they just didn't do anything in it. A lot of the stuff was very funny, but yeah. Oh God, the bloody Jeremy Irons Lolita, which pretty good film. Such a dodgy subject, which the author of the book intended it to be a dodgy subject. He did not intend it to be celebrated at all. Oh yeah, there was a Jeremy Irons version in the 90s. I think they did a pretty good job with it. Like there was the famous one with James Mason. I'm going home, but yeah. And James Mason really played the character as a fucking creep. Broken Arrow, God, that was fun. That was very silly. Christian Slater and John Travolta. John Travolta stealing a nuclear weapon. Men at Work, that's the Estevez brothers, or Sheen and Estevez. Don't think I ever fully watched that, but it was a pretty big film. The Net, again, I don't think I ever watched The Net, Sandra Bullock's big movie. Oh, Something About Mary. Is that 90s? That was pretty over the top good. There's a movie just come out on Prime, which I actually got in a preview. They send me previews every now and then, and I get to rate them. And I'm not allowed to talk about them until they come out on a thing. And one of them is this just released movie with Will Ferrell and oh God, I was going to say Alicia Silverstone, but it's not Alicia Silverstone. Brain no worky. Anyway, the reason I bring it up is the vibe. To me, they are very much trying to recapture that Farrelly Brothers 90s kind of shock comedy. And I don't know, it didn't really work for me. Reese Witherspoon, that's who I'm trying to fucking think of. Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon. It's not terrible. Yeah, so you always work out who I'm talking about. It's not terrible, but it didn't really work for me. Shawshank Redemption. Yeah, that's a hell of a classic. Face Off. Yeah. Who is Wedding Singer 90s? That I think it did get mentioned. That's an Adam Sandler I like. Oh, I freaking love Clueless, which is a remake of Shakespeare. What was it? Much Ado About Nothing? Trying to think what Shakespeare Clueless is. I think it's Much Ado About Nothing. Oh wait, no. Is it a remake of Emma? Essentially, one of the Bronte sisters' books. Trying to I'll work it out. Yeah, we missed Shawshank for the longest time. There you go. Wedding Singer was 98, so that counts. Oh, got it. I know what you did last summer, 90s. Jesus. Every now and then, one of these comes out and I go, damn, I'm old. I'm so fucking old. I do feel fairly confident, though, in saying I can actually pick a favorite 90s movie. It would be Unforgiven. Yeah, I don't think I ever sat through all of Coneheads. Wasn't really into it. Oh, that's an Edward James Olmos one, isn't it? American Me? Oh, shit. Was American Pie 90s? God damn. Influential movie. Damn, we could just keep going with this 90s stuff, couldn't we? Damn. Okay. Kirk's Call It Beer is a winner. We have to come up with a cocktail for it. Are you saying the Patriot? No, see, 2000. That's not 90s. Escape from LA. Oh, that's kind of trashy. Well, if it was released in 2000, it definitely would have been shot in the 90s, but we're going on release dates. Oh shit! Was that Macaulay Culkin? I remember there being a Richie Rich movie. when they were trying to find other things to make money off with Macaulay Culkin. Jumanji 90s. Yeah, not my favorite film, but very big film. Beethoven About the Big Dog. I'm pretty sure I never actually watched that. Matilda. Again, pretty big film. Another one I haven't watched. Oh, God, that's Van Damme, isn't it? Time Cop. Another one I'm pretty sure I remember. King Ralph. I think I've watched all of King Ralph, John Goodman film, with a very funny premise that the entire British royal family dies in an electrocution accident when they're getting a photo taken. And next in line for the throne is the king's illegitimate American son. Oh, the original Space Jam was 90s, was it? Damn. Okay, really pull them out. Kindergarten Cop. That's one of my favorite Arnie films. I really like Kindergarten Cop. Sorry, the Eddie Murphy one. Oh, the fucking Nutty Professor remake of Jerry Lewis film. Where in Jerry Lewis's one, he went from being a nerd to being smooth. And Eddie Murphy's, he went from being fat to being skinny. Well, more comedies, Flubber. Volcano. Okay, hot take. Which one do you prefer? Dante's Peak or Volcano? The two volcano disaster movies. I kind of go with Volcano just because it's gloriously ridiculous. The volcano erupting in Los Angeles. Because everyone goes, oh yeah, the San Andreas fault. That could happen. Not really, but hell, that film's a great ride. And I love Tommy Lee Jones. Dante's Peak's probably a better movie. Armageddon. Oh, yeah, that's the other one. Armageddon and Deep Impact. I would definitely go Armageddon over Deep Impact. Hook was 91. Okay, there was... I didn't love Hook, but there's some good stuff in it. All right, I'm going to have another non-alcoholic beverage. Where's my mineral water? Oh, God, that movie was a fucking disgrace. Oh, shit, I'm doing my level best to fucking break some shit here. Come on, don't do that. That would have been dumb. Cool Runnings, which I've never seen. Pocahontas, never seen. Oh, no, the Dread with Carl Urban fucking kicks ass. And it doesn't count as a remake because they're both coming off source material. It was more like, well, you could call it a reboot, but the Carl Urban Dread movie fucking rocks. It's so good. I want more. There was rumors for years there was going to be a streaming series, Tales of Mega City 1, Judge Dredd stories. Spawn, remember the soundtracks in those 90s action films where they would pair up sort of indie acts with metal or hardcore acts? Spawn was one of them. You get really good soundtracks. Phantom, the Billy Zane one? The Next Karate Kid, was that 90s? Oh, another Arnie comedy with Danny DeVito. And I don't think I've watched all of that. I've seen bits of it. They shot a lot of the scenes for Power Ranger movie in Sydney, I think. Oh my God, Kylie Minogue in Street Fighter. Hell yeah. Matthew Broderick was Inspector Gadget, wasn't he? Oh, Species was a good schlock film. Inspector Gadget was big for 90 seconds. Yeah, I do remember seeing the cartoon a lot. Is Twister a 90s one? Good movie. Yeah, the recent, whether you want to call it a sequel or whatever, Twisters, I actually thought it was pretty good. Oh, yes. Broderick was in their first attempt to reboot Godzilla. The Fly, the Jeff Goldblum Fly, that's such a good movie. But that was 80s, was it? Okay. Good movie, though. Which one didn't you hate but was a bit rushed? Is Magnolia a 90s movie? That is another pretty high point for Tom Cruise as serious actor. Are you talking about Twisters? Yeah, okay. Yeah. And I kind of lean with you. The ending's not as good. Actually, I'd be on board with you on that. Oh, Philadelphia. Yes. Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington. Good movie. Another great kids movie that I've never watched all of, The Indian in the Cupboard. Second guessing yourself on Magnolia, you think it's 99? Army of Darkness. Yes. Which for some people it would be sacrilegious to say, but I definitely think that's the best of the Evil Dead trilogy. I enjoyed Army of Darkness so much. Oh God, Mouse Hunt. Oh Jesus, is that 90s as well? Yeah, you know what? People poo-pooed Tom Cruise in that. I thought he did a good job. Kind of want to see the streaming series that they've been doing for the last couple of years because I've heard that's actually pretty good. It's on a streaming service I don't get. Okay, Mouse Hunt was 97. That's oh god, the guy who's in the musical comedies. Nathan Lane. You're just going through the kids' movies, Madam Butterfly, James and the Giant Peach. Another one I didn't watch. You know what the porn version of that's called? James and the Giant Peach, except it's a giant butt. Oh God, Half Baked. Is that 90s? Damn. Ooh, speaking of Shakespeare, 10 Things I Hate About You is a modernized taming of the shrew. Mars Attacks. Okay, not a great film, but funny and had good stuff in it. Do you remember how many good films were in the 90s? We're just throwing them out there. Full Monty, Sixth Sense, definitely the best M. Night Shyamalan movie. Hudsucker Proxy, I really enjoyed that. Titanic, I don't know that I've ever watched Titanic from beginning to end. Yeah, we're getting overloaded because we're just thinking, oh my God, there were so many good films in the 90s. Oh God, actually, Liar Liar is one of the better Jim Carrey ones. The Faculty, I remember The Faculty. That was pretty good. Yeah, no, Green Mile, if that's 90s, that was pretty good. Okay, Man on the Moon, Jim Carrey playing Andy Kaufman. There's a doco on Netflix about the making of that with Jim Carrey admitting to be an asshole. He was a fucking prick, an absolute piece of fucking shit. And it was bad acting. He's doing the, oh no, I'm method. I am Andy Kaufman. I have to be Andy Kaufman 24/7. And everyone who fucking knew Andy Kaufman said he wasn't actually an asshole to people. That was a persona he did when cameras were rolling. He wasn't, and Jim Carrey was just being an asshole to people day in, day out. And yeah, just a fucking piece of shit. Oh, God, we just keep going. Three Kings. I did very much like that film. Was that 90s? Was that long ago? Jesus. Braveheart, fucking epic film. Was there a Tarzan film in the... Was that... What was the Tarzan film in the 90s? Oh, God, Basketball. The South Park guys. That was a silly thing. Well, yeah, if Edward Scissorhands was 90s, was it 80s or 90s? Yeah, Good Will Hunting, exceptionally good film. Oh, okay, you're talking animated Disney, yeah. Because there was an 80s version, Greystoke, with Christopher Lambert, most famous for Highlander. Okay, Edward Scissorhands was 1990. That counts. Ooh, Higher Learning. That's a good one. Yep, so the animated Tarzan was 99. That counts. I didn't know we'd spend so much time with this, but it's really good. Oh my God, Reality Bites and Singles, the Gen X movies. And they're for older Gen X people. Reality Bites and Singles are both for older Gen X, like me. I haven't watched Singles in a while, but last time I watched Reality Bites, like when I first watched Reality Bites, it's like, yes, a film about me. I recognize all of this. This is great. Last time I watched, I was like, oh, I fucking hate every person in this. I mean, the characters. I hated the characters. I thought, what a bunch of assholes. I hate them all, which is very funny. Bronx Tale. Oh, God. I can never think of Bronx Tale. They do one line. Chaz Parmentieri. Now yous can't leave. Chaz Parmentieri. He's so good. Ooh, Bug's Life. Yeah, all the classic Pixar's. Aladdin. Yeah. The Goofy movie where we find out Goofy fucks because he's got a son. So he's, of all the classic Disney animated characters, he's the only one who canonically fucks because he's got a son. The rest of them all just have nephews or nieces. Mickey and Minnie don't have any kids, so there's no evidence they fuck. Donald Duck and Daisy Duck have nephews, so there's no evidence they fuck, but Goofy fucks. Ooh, that is one of my favorite Star Trek movies, First Contact, with the Borg. I fucking love the Borg. Was this Take a Wild Ride? Guy who plays a kid got sent to jail real life for mafia-related shit. Ooh, Silence of the Lambs 90s. That's another fucking great one. Oh, Jesus, Waterworld was such a bad movie. It's possible to enjoy how bad it is. Death Becomes Her. That was a trip of a movie. That was like some, for the time, cutting-edge special effects. Oh, shit, Reservoir Dogs. Was that 90s? Damn, 7? Jesus Christ, we're just hammering out these great films. Okay, I don't call Snake Eyes a great film. I do remember it. That's one I have watched. Dragonheart, I'd say the same. I do remember Dragonheart. I kind of enjoyed it, but I wouldn't call it a great film. Men in Black, that is a classic. Trainspotting, great one. Oh, God, the first 15 minutes of Saving Private Ryan is so fucking intense. Jesus Christ, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is cheesy as fuck. I saw a little bit of it again recently and just go, Jesus, this is... Robin Hood Men in Tights is less fucking cheesy than Prince of Thieves. Yeah, 7's fucking awesome. Anaconda. I did not watch that one. The Firm. I don't love The Firm, but it was definitely a big film in the 90s. Saving Ryan's Privates. Yes, I'm aware of the existence of that one. The Firm hits different. It's not a bad film. I'm just not as into it as some of the other Cruise films. Yes, they have actual English accents in Men in Tights. Oh my god, the Kevin Costner one's so. Oh yeah, no, I called out Unforgiven as my all-time favorite '90s film. Oh, we've had this discussion. Like, I kind of went along with the consensus at the time that Last Action Hero sucked. I feel like you've told me you like it, which is fine. Oh, someone mentioned Hackers earlier. Yeah. Truman Show. Yeah, that's one of the better Carrie films. Exit Wounds. Is that another Steven Seagal? That's either Steven Seagal or Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's one of them. Rain, you're a fan of The Last Action Hero. There you go. Maybe. Oh, Tremors is fucking awesome. Is that 90s or was that 80s? Demolition Man. Very silly. It has some good stuff in it, though. Like, I could rewatch Demolition Man, I think. The one with DMX, yeah. Oh, God. I saw most of that again recently. And I've read the book multiple times. I really like it. The movie captures it fairly well. Johnny Depp's pretty good. Benicio del Toro is amazing. He's so despicable in that movie. It's great. Fargo, I fucking love that. Also, the various streaming series of Fargo, great. Ray, you bought the whole box set for Tremors. Oh, fucking Region Locked. God damn it. Is Mrs. Doubtfire 90s? That's a good one. Some of the film was filmed in Memphis. There you go. Before it turned into a shithole. I think someone said Jumanji a bit earlier. Ooh, Hunt for Red October. That is a good one. You're just going through your Laserdisc collection and calling out the 90s one. I didn't see that one. I know some people like it and some people hate it. Because Laserdisc... Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Laserdisc ended in 99. The film was filmed a little there. I'm trying to think. All right, I gotta look it up. $1 million heist. Okay, there was a streaming series called Fight Night, subtitled The $1 Million Heist. Okay, it's set in Atlanta, Georgia. I was trying to work out where that was. Inspired by an actual thing that happened when Muhammad Ali was fighting. I think someone said Matilda. There you go. Oh, any movie, if you like it, it's fucking go. Oh, I don't know if I've ever watched all of Event Horizon. I have to try and watch that. Total Recall, another great Arnie film. Yeah, he's got the cheat code. Just go through his laser discs. You're surrounded by the 90s. God, the only thing I didn't like about fucking Total Recall is that they gave away every major plot point, including the ending in the trailer. It was fucking wild. Well, I'm not sure if someone said Sixth Sense. I think we did, but great film. Yeah, no, we did, because I remember saying I think it's the best M. Night Shyamalan film. Honey, I blew up the kids. There was a third one of the Honey and Kids thing. Oh, you like Blew Up better than Shrunk? When I went to Disneyland, I got probably in the 90s, they had a Honey I Shrunk the Kids immersive show. Like you're in like a theater and they're doing stuff, but then there would be all these various things to where there's sound and physical, there'd be wind and stuff. And one thing happened, there's one point on the screen, hundreds of rats run out and they're like running out of the screen towards you in the audience. And there were these things under the seats. There were little air vents that would blow, and there was just streamers that would blow, but they'd brush against your legs. And it felt, because there's a vision of rats running towards you, and it literally felt like rats running past your legs. God damn, there were a lot of screams in the audience. 4 of the Honey films with Moranis. Yeah, no, he quit to raise his kids, which fucking solid guy. Yeah, absolutely solid guy. That's a man with integrity right there. You want role models for being a man? Rick fucking Moranis. Stepping up, putting your ego aside, and raising your goddamn kids. Oh, Varsity Blues. That's another one I don't think I've watched all of. That's a football one, yeah? High school football or college football? Wayne's World 1 and 2, yeah. Saw Captain Nemo at Disney World. Blue Area to make it immersive. Oh, and the other one I went through was at Universal Studios when I was there. They were having a backdraft show, and you go in this constructed warehouse, and there's all these flames and explosions. Like they're burning massive amounts of gas through, and it was pretty immersive because it was real flame. And when you got the rushes of heat from an explosion, which was just a gas jet, and barrels flying through the air, it was pretty immersive. But at one point, you're on this like metal gantry, and at one point, timed with an explosion, the gantry drops suddenly, probably like only a centimeter. But you're on this gantry and there's an explosion and the gantry goes chunk. And I swear to God, it was enough for a second to make you think you were going to die. You love Backdraft? That's cool. Wait, was there a sequel to Backdraft? I don't know about that. Ooh, Misery. That's a pretty intense movie. Another adaptation of a Stephen King. Yeah. The factory fire platform, that's the thing they recreated. And you're on the gantry. And I swear to God, it probably only dropped that much. But because it just went chunk, it just made you go, ah! Really, like, think you're going to die. High school football in Texas. See, that shit always does my head in. The focus on high school football in the States, there's more effort put into it than fucking professional football in Australia. So I saw something caught my eye a second ago. I'm going to see if I can find it again. No. Wait, what's that? I just went people ranking shows. A show called Timeless. Okay, fine. Never heard of it. Huh. All right, I missed whatever it was. Gonna die because you took your price worth. So the Backdraft sequels, Kevin's son, Brian's the Chief. Okay. As the Replacements, a 90s one? There was probably a version of the Longest Yard in the 90s, wasn't it? There have been so many versions of it. Either Mean Machine or Longest Yard. Fucking Burt Reynolds' one was 70s or 80s. They liked it so much they made it a couple of times. It was 1935. I think I want to go out and get some ice. Yes, I'm going to get some ice. Ooh, that was a good one. Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmart. 1995. No, I think it's better if we call Scott Bakula Scott Baklava. Tasty Turkish/Greek treat. I mean, honestly, going through the life with the name Bakula, obviously he was called Dracula by everyone. You know, I'm going to dash out and get some ice because I want to drink a bit more mineral water before bedtime. Which probably just make me have to pee during the night, but anyway. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. You're going to get more tequila. Ooh, The Craft. That was big in a certain set. Oh, shit. Free Jack. Again, underrated, underseen movie, Free Jack. Good cyberpunk sort of vibe in that. Tommy Morrison in Rocky V. I have not seen all the Rocky movies. All right. And going to add a bit of my clarified fruit tea. Okay. Rocking and a rolling. See how this is. That's pretty good. Tommy Morrison was legit WBC champion boxer. Stallone went and said, fuck it, and fought an actual champion fight. Oh, dear. Tell you what, I did have a real soft spot for the Rocky films and the Creed films that they made in the last few years. Don't mind them at all. Like a boxing movie. Oh, shit, Last Man Standing. And there's some fun background story around Last Man Standing. Hello, Mega Leech, by the way. Got a margarita and 2 beers. Nice. Okay, so Last Man Standing, Bruce Willis story, like gangsters. He rocks into a town where there's two rival crime groups having a little gangland war. And he's a bit of a tough guy and he runs into them. And his goal in the end, he plays them off each other so they wipe each other out. That's the plot of a Japanese film. I think it's called Yojimbo. And someone in Hollywood had the rights to Yojimbo, like they had the rights to this Japanese film. So they had the rights to do a remake of it. And so when Last Man Standing came out, they went, okay, you just stole our rights. We're going to sue you. and they won because Last Man Standing was so obviously a remake of this Japanese film, and someone else had the rights to do a remake of the Japanese film. So a little bit of truth. And yeah, the Creed movies are just Rocky remakes. Absolutely. Sleepy Hollow, that was fun. God, Johnny Depp did a lot in the 90s, didn't he? Once Were Warriors. Oh my God, that movie's so good. I just watched a recent movie with Guy Pearce, made by the same guy who made Once Were Warriors. What was it called? I was like, it's not The Immigrant, The Convert. Recent movie called The Convert, made by the same guy who made Once Were Warriors. And this is actually set in colonial times in New Zealand with different Maori tribes at war with each other, and the English settlement on New Zealand being very tenuous. And man, that film's violent as fuck. Hey, Pat, how you doing? Okay, now you're in the horror films, Madam Butterfly. Bride of Chucky, Halloween H2O. That's 20 years later, yeah? I saw one of the more recent ones with Jamie Curtis. Didn't hate it. She's like crazy old lady that no one believed, but she was right. Oh, there's a review. H2O. Only Halloween film of the 90s that wasn't a complete shit show. Oh, Candyman was fun. Another horror. You're deep into the horrors now, Madam Butterfly. Say Candyman 3 times in the mirror. Ooh, oh, well, while we're talking movies, Pat wants me to look at Discord. Let me see what's on the Discord. Oh, Pat saw The Monkey, based on a Stephen King short story. What's your review of The Monkey, Pat? Hey, Hannah, how's things going in the safe zone? You saw Monkey yesterday. What's your review? We go, oh, Soldier, that's the Kurt Russell one. Yeah, I like that. Is Wogboy 90s? Nice. Sphere? Yeah, that'll be. Oh, Pat gives Monkey 10 out of 10. I saw the trailer for it. Looked pretty wild. I have actually read the Stephen King story it's inspired by. Quick check in to say hi. Safe, inland. Probably get rained on, lose power. Not even Cat 1 there. All right, well, we live in hope that there's not too much damage from this friggin' tropical cyclone. Actually, I haven't looked at news. I don't know what's happening. See if there's any news. Ooh, sorry, I opened Gmail and Nick's Wine Merchant. What are you trying to get me to buy, Nick? Because they were doing a good fucking run of it recently. They had my favorite rum for $20 off. All right. I'm gonna look up news. What do we got? What's ABC saying about charity workers race to get homeless people indoors? Yes, you don't want to be on the street for this shit. What's the latest news, though? Heavy rain expected tonight as Cyclone Alfred looms off southeast. So it still hasn't made landfall. It's staying out at sea longer than people thought. When will it hit? Santa is expected to cross the coast not till Friday night or Saturday morning. Damn, I thought it was meant to be sooner than that. Damn. So it's getting more intense for 24 to 48 hours. Damn. Saturday morning. 230 millimeters and 120 kilometer hours wind. That's intense shit. Oh my God, Universal Soldier. Good concept. I was not that into the movie at the time. Another Hugh Grant one, Notting Hill. I didn't mind Notting Hill. It had some good stuff because, like, all these run-of-the-mill English people running into a huge Hollywood star. That's what I thought. Yeah, this was meant to be tonight, but now it's been delayed like 36 hours. Pat, I am doing fine. How are you? We're looking at category 2 on the coast, cat 2 in the city. Might get cat 1. Yeah. It's seeming like a good thing that it's staying out at sea for a while. Going to tap out. You've been working it hard. Oh God, Wild at Heart. Okay, I saw that in the cinema, and that film made me really uncomfortable. It was like, oh God, this makes me think David Lynch has real problems with women because there's a real fucked up attitude running through this movie. Leslie Nielsen was Mr. Magoo, wasn't he? Was the first Hollywood Bean movie in the 90s. Damn. Time friggin' flies. That's all I will say. Damn. I remember seeing Mr. Magoo cartoons when I was a kid. It's like, damn. Yeah, well, dude, it was his retirement plan, basically. Because Leslie Nielsen was a serious dramatic actor in his younger days. And then he did the Police Squad series on TV, which turned into the Naked Gun movies. And yeah, then he just did wacky spoof movies for a couple of decades. And I can't really criticize him for it. It was his retirement plan. Spy Hard, Wrongfully Accused. It was Airheads 90s. You guys could be the next big thing. You could be bigger than Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I'm just amazed at the titles we're pulling out. And of course, hundreds and hundreds of films come out in a decade. But just saying them is just like, damn. So Airheads was 94. Nice. Oh, yeah, you're doing doctor stuff, Pat. Is it good stuff from the doctor? Speaking of doctoring stuff, you get to a certain age and the government takes a distinct interest in your poo. And I got my bowel cancer screening kit recently, and so I'm saving up some poo for the government, essentially. Hannah, you're off. 3 hours sleep, 60 hours. Oh, cried after good pasta. Yeah, stressful AF. Does anyone remember the Random Vanilla Ice movie? He's basically a rap on a motorcycle. I do not remember that. I remember he was in a Teenage Ninja Turtles movie for 5 seconds. Take care, Hannah. Throwing out, well, Independence Day. Have we said that? Damn. Oh, yeah, well, Vanilla Ice is a fucking airhead. Oh, it's called Cool as Ice. There you go. Home for the elderly knows it. Oh, look, I'm also going to share my travails, and this probably won't even show up. Won't show up when that image is on screen. Look, oh, you can see it. Look, I dropped my phone and actually chipped the screen, despite the case and the shield that's on it. I dropped it and it hit metal, but I've had this for years. So I'm doing okay to have only just chipped it. He was in Ninja Turtles 2. I was legit disappointed because I thought he'd be in the movie, but they literally just run through a club where he's on stage and he does stupid shit on stage for 30 seconds. And that was it. And I was legit disappointed that he wasn't properly in the movie, wasn't a character. We often quote the line, "Schling the schlong." Is that from the Vanilla Ice movie? Drop that zero and get out with the hero. No, you're not the boss of me, Vanilla Ice. I will not stop, collaborate, or listen. It's a whole thing. It's yeah, oof, ridiculous. Ridiculous man, Vanilla Ice. He's got a motorcycle in a horse stable? Yeah. Unlike Bobby Brown in Ghostbusters 2, has the Ghostbusters for Proton Pack reason. Oh, so he randomly bunny hops a motorcycle into a horse stable. Okay. I don't remember Ghostbusters 2. You know what? Like when the lady Ghostbusters came out and you had all those fuckhead online misogynists going, "Oh, you've ruined my childhood," and you're going, fuck you, you fucking monkey. This is not ruining your childhood. If Ghostbusters was so precious to you, you know what ruined the legacy of that? Ghostbusters 2, which is a fucking horrific cash grab. And if that didn't fuck you up, you're lying. But then what really should have fucked you up is the weird animated things and the shitty toys. You're just fucking awful. It does sound like it. His dreams fucked you up. Yeah, it's funny. No, dude, singer cameos. I fucking love it. Sorry, what? Oh, yes, you totally fucked up. Yes, I am a naughty boy, Pat. There's no two ways about it. You know what I've been thinking? Because if you do the poo test for the government, you give them the tiniest little bit. You get this thing, and you got to get like just like smaller than a grain of rice. Okay, do that. And I just think, but if that's good, if giving the government a tiny bit of poo is good, like if I just collect like I don't know an ice cream tub full of it, surely that's better. And I'll mail it directly to the Prime Minister's residence. He'll know what to do with it. Here you go, Prime Minister. Have some poo. I'm going to put these in the fridge, and I might try them tomorrow night. 5.5%. Wait, how many standard drinks are these? 1.4. I have to admit, I really like how Archie Rose does their canned cocktails at one standard drink, so you know exactly what you're doing when you drink them. Ghostbusters 2 was amazing when you're 10. 89, good year for cartoons. Mm. Well, I'm sure it's better for my health that I'm drinking more non-alcoholic drinks at the moment. Mind you, this is the theory I've got. And I'm going to make more of these non-alcoholic beverages to have. And I was thinking, because I'm already like 2 months ahead on my cocktail channel. So if I, on Friday nights, if I make 3 or 4 cocktail videos, and then every second Saturday night I make 2 or 3, I'll actually continue getting further in front. So maybe on all things being equal, maybe on the other nights I won't do cocktails. We'll see. We'll see. That's just a thought that occurred to me this week. I'm definitely happy with my decision to use the orange when I've completely peeled it, instead of making a clarified cocktail, make a clarified non-alcoholic concoction. It's a good idea. Was in 89, Simpsons, Ninja Turtles, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Ghostbusters. Is that when Simpsons started? Damn. Uh, okay, so drinking that whole can of mineral water has definitely made me need to pee. That is okay. I'll survive 5 minutes. And it's a test of my pelvic floor muscles. So, first season of The Simpsons was 89. Sure, we had this discussion before. I actually saw one of the Simpsons shorts from the Tracy Ullman show at the cinema. It was on before a movie. It was about a year before the series came out. So they were actually putting some of the shorts out to show before movies to build up the hype. It was the family photo short. And again, what was funny is the animation style and the voices were completely different. It was really weird. That was wild. We just kept up the movie thing the whole time. I know, it absolutely did my head in. And there's probably another 100 we haven't thought of. That was just like, damn. The way we just kept coming out with the 90s movies. Oh. 80s and 2000s, remember being mental, but 90s. But some really high quality films in the 90s too. Oh gosh, that was such a big thing, the black and white clip by Michael Jackson. Even though the face morphing thing, that was a knockoff. Godley and Cream did it years earlier. I used to be really negative and cynical about Michael Jackson. I just point out all this stuff he'd put in these elaborate film clips he'd do. I go, someone else did that. Like, okay, he's knocking off Fred Astaire with that. The morphing phases, Godley and Cream did that. He's got Macaulay Culkin doing a knockoff of Back to the Future. There's a transition to the future films. 70s was one big turning point. You got a whole new wave of really talented directors come out in the 70s. I think you're kind of right that particularly when you look at the really high quality films from the 90s, I think it's fair to call it a pretty major transition point. You're so confused after the song he does a 10-minute. Yes. Yeah. That was the bit that he basically knocked off Fred Astaire. Yeah, you got people like Coppola and Scorsese and a whole bunch of modern directors came out in the 70s, and there was a really distinct change in film in the 70s. But yeah, the 90s was a fucking vibe. Man, I never stopped being amazed by the movie titles we were coming up with there. I was like, holy shit, that one too. Holy shit, that one too. Oh yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween. Yes, that was turning horror into a big genre. That was, and the US summer blockbuster, that was a thing that happened in the 70s. I don't know that they designed it, but you had Jaws one year, then Star Wars another year, then that just became a thing. Release huge blockbusters in the American summer. That was fun. Like I said, time for the book. I couldn't believe how fucking much that time flew going through that. What are we doing next time? It just goes to show, like, we can talk about anything. And yeah, talking about 90s movies is definitely more wholesome. Actually, it would be very interesting to explore the 70s because that's too long ago for all of us to have been into them at the time, apart from me in the late 70s. But serious adult films. I wasn't watching serious adult films in the 70s. Yeah, music, fashion, definitely. It was kind of like with the 60s counterculture went mainstream. I reckon we should talk about 70s films, actually. We do that. But it's 10 o'clock now, and I'm going to preserve myself and go to bed. Thank you, wonderful people, for being here and having a lot of fun this evening. And we'll see what tomorrow brings, I guess. But as everyone's been mentally worn out by thinking of all those things, and we are all totally fucked